Well, good morning. We got another great match today for the Queen of the Hill, Amanda Nora versus the reigning queen, Kelly Nickl. Amanda's got a 408 Fargo, and Kelly's got a 522. They're racing to 6, 8 ball. Should be an exciting match. We got Amanda to break. She won the leg. Basic BCAPL, cue ball fouls only. We'll have MH the Potting Pen Glaze pop in the booth. He just had to finish up a cue quick. We also have Connie on standby. Connie's doing the juniors program right now. I'd hate to pull her away from that. There's a few here. It's kind of a holiday weekend of sorts. You got the Packers playing in the morning. You got the Wisconsin Billiard Hall of Fame tournament going on. And, of course, there's a ton of other tournaments in the area. Nobody seems to stop. This pool train keeps on rolling. So for those that don't know, Kelly's been winning for about 5-6 weeks now. I never have that stat, so I'm not gonna say I know for sure. I think there was 1 week where she had to take off. Then she came back as a challenger, so it's hard to remember when you do that. Successive versus consecutive, but she's been winning. So the new challenger, Amanda Nora, she's from Watertown, Wisconsin. She stepped up, said, "Let's do this." Hey, Andrew Bundy, how you doing? Got to be the #1 fan by now. I just want to thank Andrew again for putting a total of, something like $40 into the juniors program in full here in person. Donations can be made here in person or with super chats, super thanks, the whole YouTube thing. We do have the chat set to subscriber only mode to get rid of, potential spammers, things like that. So if you want to chat, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel, and then whether or not you want the notifications, hit the bell. And that's not the Mark bell. Although you can hit him too. Most people would probably cheer you on. So this first game's going back and forth a little bit. I can't say one or the other. Percentage to win wise, I don't know, that 5-ball looks a little tough. Maybe use some inside, unless it goes in the bottom right after the 1. This could be, there we go. Shoot it now. It's the way to do it. Be interesting to see how she comes out for the 1. Then obviously the 6-8, same pocket. So we got this weird morning Packer game, which is new to a lot of people. We're here at the Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company. We've got tons of people in the bar watching the game. We just had a buffet. They shut down at 11. And I think it was $15 all you can eat. Smelled great. Full restaurant. Pretty full bar. Got the juniors playing in the pool hall in the back. Got the game blaring on the speaker system. If you haven't been here, I recommend checking it out. That's Mad Apple Burger and Billiard Company, Appleton, Wisconsin. It's right off of 41. 41 in College. So I might actually pull Connie in if MH is going to work on the queue too much longer. I don't mind doing this solo. But Connie has some information. She's played. I'm sure she's played these women in tournaments around Wisconsin. They all kind of hang out in the same places, state tournaments, whatnot. So we're bouncing back and forth on this one again. Looks like Kelly's got another chance at the 1. Follow up with a little inside. She didn't try to get too perfect on it. She just wanted a shot. Smart play. It's a good tester for the first game in the set. Sometimes you slow roll these or you decelerate. Weird things happen when you're shooting the money ball. Yeah, she put a ton of left on it, which is a little strange because it almost scratched as well. So when you put left on it and you hit it that slow, the ball actually curves to the left a little bit. Gives Amanda another chance here. I mean, a great way to warm up, you know, because it's the first time you've played on the stream. You might be a little nervous. Amanda's got a super positive attitude as well. First thing I came in, I said, "Are you the challenger?" She's like, "No, I just found a table. It was open. I just started playing on it." And, you know, that happens all the time. So I was like, "Oh, okay." Then like 2 minutes later, she comes up and said, "Yeah, I'm Amanda." Oh, no. I think she may have left Kelly a thin cut in the corner. Another tester. It's never easy. And, you know, we're doing this for the juniors. And you can see here, I'll just kind of blink over here. You can see Connie's working with 3 of them right there. Stroke, follow through, pre-shot routine, things like that. So that's why I didn't want to pull her in, because she is doing a valuable service out there working with these juniors. And we've got MH. We've got some MH action in the booth. I'll wait till you get all that on and I'll unmute you. Did you get your drink? Oh, it's out on the other side of the ledge there. Seltzer water with straw. Okay, so Kelly decided to just play a save. Get yourself comfortable, MH.
Thank you. I'm always nervous bringing drinks into this room because am I going to be the one who spills my coffee all over your control board here? Or?
It's just a keyboard, and there's really not much in this area. You got to be careful over here by the computer's soundboard. It makes me nervous when people store their drinks over here.
Oh, really?
because that can be. So they're bouncing back and forth. We're still in the first game.
Excellent.
So we got Amanda Nora versus Kelly Nickl. Kelly Nickl's the reigning queen. We got their information there on the questionnaires,
Gotcha.
which we'll leave up to you if you want to go through some of that at certain times.
You bet.
You know the deal. You've been doing Friday King of the Hill for, I don't know, 2 years.
Has it been that long? I don't know. I'm never good at remembering like how long stuff is, or
It's been a while.
When did you start? How long have you been here? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I didn't write it down.
Yeah, I had that at work. They're like, give you an elevator speech. What would you say to somebody in 30 seconds if you're in an elevator with them?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, well, I've been with the company for 3 years. Then they're like, no, you've been here for 7. I'm like, oh, really?
Wow.
Time flies when you're not having fun. I mean, you're having fun.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
How long has Kelly Nickl been the queen?
Let's say 6.
6 weeks.
Now, she took a week off, so she lost the successive count. But if you're just totaling how many times she's won, it's got to be up there. Like 6. Maybe 7. This might be her 7th. It's hard to track, you know, because a lot of times what happens is people go for family or tournaments or whatever, so they got to bow out for a week.
Right. Yeah, that's what happened to me.
And then you lose count. You just don't know.
Well, you can go back and check the YouTube matches.
You definitely can. Everything's on Mad Apple Player Society, or Mad Apple Player Society Facebook group, but it's also in YouTube, Mad Apple Extreme. And you just look at past live streams. There's a section there, and you can even search for Queen, and it should pull them up, probably sorted by newest to oldest, and then you can watch all of them. Or skim to the end.
Well, that's what my plan is. To the matches that I played in the nights, I want to start watching them, and then every time I come up to a mistake,
right,
get up at 5 a.m. the next morning, and go to the pool hall early and work on that exact shot. Just figure it out.
That's smart.
Every single mistake, and there's so many in those matches that I played.
Right.
It's gonna take me forever to get through it, but I think I'd be a lot better player at the end if I actually have the willpower to make myself do that.
Well, yeah, Matt Strong told me to do that. Anytime you miss a shot, you should. He actually has a little notebook, paper and pen.
That's it. Every time you miss a shot, that's the one time you have to
draws
answer.
it up. Yeah,
I used to do that in the old days.
Super smart. I say I'm going to do it. I'll be like, okay, I need to practice that shot 100 times, but I never do.
Nope.
Yeah.
My first smartphone was a Galaxy Note 2, and they had the S Pen.
Oh, yeah, the pen.
And they had this really awesome drawing thing where you could draw straight lines, and they would just automatically go straight or curves. It would kind of recognize the shape.
Right.
And I drew a pool table, and I would always diagram out
That's perfect.
Pool shots with that.
Yeah, you'd be like, here,
yeah.
Practice this. Keep notes for yourself. It was called a Note 2, right?
The Note 2, it was my first ever smartphone, and it was the best one. After that, I got a Note 8, which was really a step backwards.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. It had a curved screen, which is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Never got any benefit from that. Even with a flat screen, you can still swipe your stuff over.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Curved screen.
Anyway. 8 ball right over the side pocket here.
That's tricky, right? She almost bumped it in, missing that 15 there. So Kelly's got some work. I mean, the 2's in trouble.
Yeah, and the 2's, if you can get nice on the 6 ball, and you can use the 3 and the 5 to do that. If you get a nice angle on the 6 ball, you just roll in behind it and shoot the 2 in the far side pocket.
Just roll it in.
But that shot, automatic pretty much, if you get the exact right angle on the 6.
100%. I would agree with you.
But she's got 2 balls there, the 3 and the 5, to get herself on that. Now the 15.
Oh, what a beautiful try. That's about as close as you can get to going off the rail, off the ball. I don't think it fit.
Yeah, and it's a very good result.
Right.
Nudging that 15
It's like
down
a
there.
safety.
Controlling the pocket. Solids are still at wide open. It is a safety net, yeah.
So don't forget, everybody out there, take the link from YouTube and share it on Facebook. It really helps kind of get the information out.
And although general rule of thumb says leave the 5-ball over the side pocket, she doesn't really have a good shot here, and may just go for it by shooting the 5 first.
It's Amanda.
Sorry, yeah.
Yep.
Of course it is.
So thinking about that though,
well,
she's just got to get something going here. I mean, what's
the plan here? You've got the 14 and the 13 from an angle similar to where it is now.
It's tricky.
She could play.
Thanks, Princess. Well,
listen. What I'd be tempted to play here, because for the one reason, the 2-ball is safe.
What do we got going on here?
I know. Yeah, that's it.
Look at that! Almost knocked the 5 in.
No,
that would have been beautiful.
That was the shot right there. I was going to say that.
Great shot.
She solved all her problems. Well, not solved all her problems, but she got those 2 off the rail. And the 2-ball's still.
Yep, 2-ball's still tough. So
now, she's got an angle on the 6-ball right now to bump the 2-ball.
Looks like that's the plan.
Bang. Chips it out, solves her problem.
Yep. 2's out.
Beautiful.
Good shot on the 5. What do you think, 5-1?
Well, the question is, how do I get on the 6-ball? And now the 2-ball's there. The 2-ball might be the way to get on. I mean the 7.
Right.
Because it's up table. I mean, it goes in both pockets, but you just got to find a way to get up there. And
I just worry about that later.
Yeah.
You know?
She'd like to have hit this soft. What she wanted there is to be a little bit shorter than that on
outside angle.
On the other side of the angle, on the 1-ball, so she's not going into these balls.
This is tricky because now you're going to bump into the balls, and you're probably not going to get good shape on the 3 or the 2.
What you'd love to be doing while you're shooting this 1-ball is then just drift up nicely onto the 2.
Right.
But from here, you hate to.
Yep, she tried.
Solve the problem. Yeah, that's the opposite of a 2-way shot. That is not only did she not leave herself a shot on the ball, but she also broke up the stripes.
I was trying to see, can she shoot the 7 from here? It looks like the 10 ball is out of the way. Be a good shot. I mean, what does she have here? I don't see much. Can't shoot the 3, can't shoot the 2. You got to go for the 7.
Yeah, the 7 does go.
If you make it, you probably win.
Well, and the other thing about this is to give you a little bit more confidence and feel good about shooting this 7 is you just drift it towards the pocket and hang it if it doesn't go. Just make sure you don't hit the 10 as you go through like that. You just want to make sure you overcut that ball because there's a good chance it goes, gets in front of the 7.
Right.
And ends up being safe. So you play that shot like a golf putt.
Real soft.
Golf putt speed so the ball stays there.
You want it in the pocket. That would have blocked the 10 there. Yep.
That's
I see what you're saying.
And because it's a long distance tough cut, as long as you cut it, don't strike the 10 ball. But she did, and so.
Ooh, block the pocket.
There you go.
If you're going to miss, that's the best way to miss.
Yeah.
We call that the Mike Rozelle shot.
No, that's right. But she still would have rather that ball went in because she's got a wide open table and she was going for it there. Kelly now has to come up with something smart here because you can't just roll the 7 onto the 10 because stripes are wide open and they have a shot.
Oh.
And
not what she wanted.
No, was she trying to make that ball or just freeze them together?
I think she was trying to make it.
If you make that ball, you've left stripes in exactly the position you have right now.
True.
And she's got a shot on the 9 ball. And, of course, she could take the 10 if she wants.
But now the 7's still stuck. And the 3.
Yeah. So here's the big question. And you always have these rules of thumb and you leave a ball in the pocket because it makes safety later. But what if it also makes it less likely that you complete your run out? You know what I mean? You've got to.
Right.
You can't. Because she could have had okay, she just shot a shot that she missed. She could have used the 10 ball to get a better angle on that 9 ball that she just missed. You don't have to leave the 10 ball there. Leaving the 10 ball there saying, I don't expect to get out. But she played a tougher shot there. She could have shot the 10 ball.
Right, but she wants to leave it there now.
And got better position.
Right.
Yeah, and you're like, well, I did miss, and now it's came into a safety, see? But it also caused her to miss. She had an open table, and she had an easier shot.
Oh, wow. Flirting with that 8-ball. Look at that safe.
Well, there you go. Sometimes the billiards gods come into play.
For sure. I don't know. Well, the 7 is still not good. Maybe elect to play a good save here. Just leave it tough. But the only thing you don't want to do is give her the 2.
Yeah,
pretty good.
You don't want to freeze your balls together, but yeah, that's great. She can hit the 3, but what are you supposed to do with it?
Right. Thank you, Andrew, for the like and share. Same with Princess, if I didn't say that earlier. Appreciate it.
Is there a way to... Not really.
Yeah, I'm not seeing much.
You cut the 3 and make the 10.
Oh, now there's 2 balls tied up.
Well, that's right. And so you hope for a little bit of complexity. There's a lot of balls there, and they were all nicely wide open. So what she's done there is shown us maybe the best smart strategy there, which was...
To tie up her balls?
Yeah, make balls move and give it a chance to get more difficult.
Right? For her or for Amanda?
Both.
Oh,
because she didn't want to sell out.
Right.
The problem is if you've got a wide open table and you're just giving your opponent a chance, she has a chance to get out.
Good point. It's a good point.
So you make it tough for both of you out of desperation if you're just about to turn up the table.
100%. I get it. Yep.
Turn over. Yeah.
We've all been there where we try a hard shot and then we miss and it's a sellout. Then you're waiting for a rack and another point for the opponent.
And she was unlucky really there because the stripes didn't tie up and the solids did, but. Rolling the dice there was I thought actually a smart move because she was in a tough spot.
I mean, having the 3 and 7
here's
tied
the same.
up down
Here's
there
the same question.
Right.
Is she doesn't want to move the 10 ball.
Right.
Because just in case she misses, and so she didn't go for the 10 ball. But going for the 10 ball, she could have just run out.
Right.
Don't be afraid to get out. And so that rule of thumb about leaving it over the pocket, if you don't realize. It's going to cause you to give up opportunities unless you realize that. You
got to shoot it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the 3-7 tied up like that.
So, yeah, exactly. The 3-7 was your safety net. So you can go for it and you still get safe.
And now you can't.
Yeah.
But it kind of worked out because the 7 didn't get out of there.
Yeah. So sometimes, and you're absolutely right.
Right.
Going for it and then missing and sort of ending up safe.
Sure.
Is just as safe as if you played the safe.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you just got to go for it.
You got to add that scenario when you're calculating the percentages.
And if you think about the percentage to get out, I mean, with a little bit of cue ball control, she had a pretty good chance there. 3 balls, same pocket.
And I've already seen enough that I can tell she is a shooter and she can run out. And she's going to show you that right now.
You know what they say? It's tough to get that first game.
Yeah. Now, don't be afraid to shoot the 10 ball.
It's not blocking anything anymore except for the 8, right? So now she's assuming.
Yeah. Because ultimately, in the end, safeties are good for what they're good for, but you can't win unless you go for the balls and shoot them in the pockets.
Interesting. Now keep in mind, the chat right now is in subscriber mode, so you have to subscribe to chat. We've been getting a lot of spam lately, and I don't really want to deal with all the links to click here and click there. Keep it family friendly. So if you want to share, chat, just subscribe. It's free.
Yeah. And feel free to donate. I know a few people have already. And just like to say that all donations go to our drug and alcohol program. And because drugs and alcohol are expensive.
Yeah. Well.
So we appreciate that. Thanks.
Hey, Fong. Fong says, my prediction is Kelly 6-2. Candy says, come on, Kelly. Show that 12 can win something today. It's a Aaron Rodgers joke.
And my prediction for you, Fong, is, get married in a few days and live happily ever after.
Yeah. Yeah, Fong's getting married.
He finally decided he can't just go through life having fun and enjoying himself.
Yeah.
Decided to get married.
It's one of those things when you know someone's getting married, you're like, congratulations. That's all you say because, you don't want to be that guy.
Now, meanwhile, Amanda is showing us that she does know how to run out, and she is that good. Bang, heart of the
Nice.
pocket.
One on the board.
So don't be afraid to be aggressive and go for it. I think if I was to say anything,
Right? Yeah.
in these matches.
Well, now that she's got the first game, I think maybe the nerves will settle down a little bit, and she can kind of free stroke and have a little more fun.
Yeah,
because it's tough. People don't realize you're thinking about it all week. You travel, you come in, you're practicing. It's early. You know you're going to be on the stream. It's going to be on the internet. You have people critiquing you. You got 2 people in the booth talking about it. It's not just going to your local pub, putting some quarters in and banging balls around. It's tricky. It really is.
Well, and you've always got a decision. What shot am I going to shoot next? What's the underlying plan here?
Right. You want to make a good showing, so you got to really put extra thought
ideally,
into it.
Break and run, obviously, but
Right.
You get what the ball's laying. The break shot gives you a huge amount of randomness, and it kind of dictates the mood of the table and what's going to happen. And it's random, so you can't always predict what's going to happen here.
Right. That is
And
true.
it's such a complex game. Like right now, clusters of balls. So what are the rules of thumb that help us through these complex reads of these tables? Well, clusters.
What about clusters?
Well, so there's some clusters which contain just your balls, some clusters contain just theirs, and some clusters that contain both yours and their balls.
Right.
And you would always break and try and solve the problems in the places that only contain your balls first. Right? You want to solve any problem that you can solve that doesn't help them. When you do solve it, you go for that first. Like that little cluster of the 1, the 5, and the stripe there.
Right. You want to break them up.
You do, but you want to make sure all your other problems are solved before you break it up.
Right.
So if there's a problem with the rest of the solids, you do that first. But in fact, they are quite wide open.
I learned that from a few players. If you can't run out, stop making balls.
Well, for sure, yeah. Because like a game of chess, in a tactical battle, the side that has more pieces on the board has more tactical options. And the worst position you can be in a game of 8-ball is 1-ball hell.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
It's going to get tough.
Your opponent's got most of their balls on the table, and you've got 1 ball left because you broke down.
Right.
And you go into a safety.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't win.
Yep, they're just going to continue to play safeties on you.
There is ways because they are going to give you, that fancy kick shot, or there's sort of your moment in, a chance.
Low percentage normally.
So now she has disturbed those that little cluster a little bit. It looks like that combination does go. She's going to just roll this 5-1 combination in, and the 5 ball should come out nicely.
Wow, look at that. Came out real nice. Fong says she has a really good stroke hitting that 8-ball. You could tell Amanda's got good fundamentals. She gets down on her shot low, does her pre-shot routine. Yeah. It's definitely crisp.
So, you're thinking, well, I could shoot the 5 and get on the 2. It's tough to get on those balls because the 8-ball's in the way. But does the 2 go cleanly past the 4?
I think I'm doing.
So that's it. Yeah, she's got on the 2.
2-4, probably bump the 3.
So is this a combination or
combo
the 2 ball?
I like the 2-4 combo.
And then you've got to make sure you just roll it in. You're bumping the 3 ball to the rail, but you can't hit it too hard, otherwise it comes back and freezes on those other balls.
I mean, your next shot would be the 2.
There you go. Well, she's done that really well. She's given herself a great chance here. She can gently just roll the 2 ball in and end up virtually straight on the 3.
I like it. A lot of people don't like shooting down table past the side, but it's all she's got.
If she gets a really nice angle on the 3, and all she has to do is just roll the 2 ball gently in to get it.
What about rolling out with a little bottom. She's
play for the
jacked
six?
up. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
jacked up.
because the 9-ball's in the way. You hook yourself behind the 9-ball trying to do that.
Right.
Yeah,
lower percentage.
Where there's a gentle roll the 2-ball in.
Right.
What you end up with then is a slightly just short of straight shot on the 3-ball all the way into the top, and you end up playing the 6-ball in the same pocket. Just stun right over.
Leanne Daly.
And that's exactly what she's going to do now.
Says, good morning, peeps. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is what I was seeing, too. I mean, you just take the harder shot on the 3, and, she got a little more angle than she probably wanted. But
yeah, I would have rather been on the other side of straight here just a little bit, and then you can roll forward and stun forward for the 6. But she can still come off the rail. The question is, does the 9-ball come into play?
Either the 9 or the 8 might get bumped here, depending on what she does.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. And so she's got to hit
I don't mind bumping the 8.
Can she hit it soft enough that she just doesn't get eclipsed by the 9?
Right.
Or do you have to do something with spin?
She put a lot of inside on that.
Yeah. Where was she trying to go with the cue ball?
I don't know. Probably just out for the 6 in the side, I would think. But you know how that English takes off.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you switch mode and think, I've got to shoot this 3-ball with speed to get into the pocket, and you kind of forget that it wasn't the right speed.
Right. Happens a lot. Good opportunity for Amanda.
Yeah, an opportunity for stripes here. Got to wend your way. I think the 14 can you can shoot the 9 and then roll the 14 in the side pocket to sort of get in there.
I like that. Yeah,
Looks like she's digging down on this cue ball. Is she just trying to play a stop shot on the 9?
Fong said top and bump the 9 ball. Fong, I think you're behind a touch, but I was thinking bump the 9 or the 8 and shoot the 6 in the side. That's what we were trying to see there. Didn't work out though. I don't mind this table
For solids here?
for stripes, but for Kelly, yeah.
So this is a tricky little shot. I think she can just roll it. Gently in the side pocket. I don't know. You can't really tell the angle for sure.
Yeah, this is.
Can she just roll? She's got to get on the 3-ball, and that means it's a sort of a half-ball cut on the 3-ball, or even a little bit steeper than that, just brushing past the 9. So
tricky. What about off the 3? In the corner. I know it's crazy, but really all the shots here are not good.
6-ball off the 3 in the corner.
It's either that or you got to play it safe. I don't see making the 6 and getting shape on the 3.
This is a speed. Oh, wow.
Oh, she went for the combo.
All right.
So it was one of those two options, I think.
Yeah, and she hasn't left it super easy.
No.
She's
it's a tough shot.
Hampered bridging over the 9 and 2 really tough pockets to go at for the 10-ball here.
Yeah, scratch shot
she
too.
She could pick a side or a pocket here to go at.
Looks like side. Yep.
And
she put a lot of left English on it.
Yeah, to sort of help it in, but it wasn't enough. She needed to hit it thinner.
Right.
And that's one of those shots where she kind of made sure she didn't scratch.
Right.
And that's why she didn't hit it thin enough. Because when you hit it thin enough, it gets much closer to the scratching.
Correct. And it deflected with the left English. Probably hitting it thicker than she wanted. Because the ball is a sphere. So if you hit it on the left, it's going to go more to the right. If you hit it on the right, it's going to go more to the left. They call that deflection.
You saying off the cue or off the ball?
Tip off the cue.
Okay.
So when people put massive English on the ball,
so the question is,
it makes it tough.
Right.
Oh, nice out by Kelly, bringing us to 2-1. I hope Amanda scored her game. I helped her out here in the booth, but she was at 0 for.
So here's a question for you.
Sure.
Which is what I thought you were saying, but you were talking off the ball. But that shot there that she had on the 10-ball, where she could have cut it either way, and let's pick one which sort of seems to be like a natural scratch. So the question is this:
right?
Does it change where the cue ball goes, whether it scratches or not, if you put left or right spin on the ball?
I think it's all about just putting bottom on it at that point.
Well, she couldn't. She was jacked up over a ball.
Right.
She was just going to roll that ball in. It had to be a rolling.
It's a trick question because
I want to know. My question to you is: if I had a lot of left-hand spin, would
you have to adjust the aim then if you're using left-hand spin.
Yeah.
So yes, it does affect. If you don't adjust, but if
you
adjust,
correct. You have to
Right.
adjust the aim with left-hand spin.
So I guess I'm probably
but you
thinking
know that
more
you don't.
into it than
But
you
you
want
don't
me to.
have to adjust the aim with right-hand spin.
Well, you got to think
inside English.
Either way, if you're putting left or right on a cue ball, you have to adjust for deflection.
Yeah.
Just the way it works, because the cue ball is not square.
But that's not answering the question. The question is, does it change whether the cue ball scratches?
Okay, let's assume they aim perfectly and they adjust perfectly for deflection. Then I would say
and you make the ball.
Only top and bottom would affect.
So left and right English are exactly the same.
I mean, other than a slight less friction rolling off with running English, I mean, I think you're probably talking less than an eighth of an inch.
Yeah, and that's only going to affect the speed because it's perpendicular.
So, yeah, I would say no. Top and bottom. She could have just used bottom on that shot, simplified the lead, simplified the aim, and still gotten away from the scratch. Is that where you're going with it?
No, it's just a question that I wanted. The billiards players, English billiards players who use a little bit of left to slightly increase the angle of the cue ball.
Sure.
Or outside, I should say.
I mean, it's just in how you like to aim, I guess.
No, I'm trying to talk about something specific here.
Yeah.
It's just how you like to aim.
Well, anytime you put English on a cue ball, the aim is tougher. So,
yeah.
I mean, unless you're like a 600 and above player, it's best to just stick with as little left and right English as you possibly can.
Some people think that, that's not the only.
I mean, there's a case for it.
Line, yeah.
Right. I mean, if the ball's right in the pocket and you can't miss it.
Well, one thing that makes longer shots tougher when you're sort of cutting them is the fact that you don't know how much throw there's going to be because it depends on how clean or dirty the contact point is.
Very true.
And that means using outside English, making that
true.
Makes that disappear.
It just takes practice. How hard you're going to hit it, how soft, how much English. Because it's going to deflect, and then it's going to squirt over. So, I mean, there's just a lot there. It's not a cut and dry answer.
No, but it's predictable, whereas the friction is unpredictable.
I do like using running English on my cuts. I've been doing that since I was a kid.
It makes it more predictable.
It does.
It takes the friction out of it.
It does, yeah. But you also have to practice that.
Sure.
Because by putting running English on it, if it's more than a quarter of a tip, I mean, now your aim has to adjust quite a bit to make that cut as well. There's just a lot there, It's hard to just give it a cut and dry there. Maybe we should do some lessons.
No, it's definitely not cut and dry. I think there's two good options. And the two simple cases, it's a pursuit of simplicity, and you need to decide when you're at the table which one to use. And you've got two options. There's a lot of other options which are not as good, but the two good ones are hit it plain ball.
Right.
With no outside, right or left.
Sure.
Or hit it with the exact amount of outside to help the ball go in and make the reduce the friction. Those are two good options.
Sure.
And it's different for every position.
And every player.
Yeah, some people play playing it on every shot.
Well, I noticed in the Predator event, you know how they do the tiebreaker as spot shots?
That's right. They do it different.
Alex Pagulayan, he puts bottom on all of his.
What he's doing,
which is interesting.
What he's doing is what I would do, which is the simplest shot. The simplest shot from a contact point of view is a stun shot.
Right.
So there's no follow and no draw when it gets there. So it's actually a 90-degree stun and the exact amount of outside spin. Notice that when he does it,
a touch.
He's always got
a touch.
The cue ball's always spinning a lot after the shot.
Right. Well, I
not
mean,
a touch. No, a touch is the wrong amount. It has to be the right amount. That matches that angle.
Right.
It's got to be the right amount. But there is an amount you can learn to feel it.
So the Filipino players, I mean, look at Efren. He uses a lot of English on all of his shots.
Does he?
Oh, yeah. You've seen him play. Tons. But like Woodward, for example, being a bar table master, Sky Woodward, I believe he stuns more. He's stunning balls and using the cue ball off the rail to get position. He's not trying to do anything too fancy.
Plays more like that.
Yeah, he hits them a little harder, where Efren probably uses a little more finesse. He spins the cue ball. Which one's harder? Which one's easier? I don't know.
Well, and the fact that you've got top pros, some choosing one, choosing the other, tells you they're both valid options.
Oh, for sure.
And it is. You have a choice. And those two options are simpler.
Well, I think billiards probably teach you
look at
to
this way.
spin
You
the
could
ball.
shoot that shot spot, make that shot spot with absolutely any type of spin. You could strike the cue ball anywhere on its face pretty much.
Sure.
And still make that ball. Just there's a couple of those, and I think those two options which are simpler and easier.
Correct. And I would agree with you. The stun with a little running makes a spot shot easier.
And players like Efren Reyes and Alex Pagulayan and Chris Melling, when they're shooting the money ball, the 10 ball, they use outside spin. Often,
sure.
You watch the cue ball spin with the spotted cue ball, and you think, well, that spin's not for position. It was the last ball. Why are they using all that spin to make the money ball? And it's because it takes the throw out of it and the guesswork.
Yeah, they don't slow roll the last ball in.
No, stun it with outside spin. Some of them do. Not all of them. But yeah, like those spot shots in those Predator events, you'll see some people playing the long rolling shot.
Right.
And some stun out.
They're tricky.
Pop it in.
I think it's probably good just to keep in mind, practice. Practice makes perfect. Try spot shots.
Yeah, but
with a little bottom and a little outside, and then try them without and see what happens.
Yeah.
Shoot 20 of each.
That's right. That's on my to-do list, actually.
Is it?
If I ever do get up early in the morning and start working on my game.
Spot shots?
Well, yeah, and try it as an experiment. Shoot a whole bunch one way, plain, and then shoot a whole bunch with outside spin.
Right.
See if you make more often one way or the other.
Yep. No, I agree with you.
Keep a tally. It's a good... Meanwhile, we're blabbing away like crazy idiots, and there's a complex game of 8-ball in front of us.
Well, it's been going back and forth for a while, so...
And really, Stripes has the advantage here. Big time. Rule number 1, who controls the 8-ball?
Right, that's tricky.
When you're choosing solids and stripes, that's probably the most overriding question is which side controls the 8-ball.
I feel like the 8 doesn't go almost anywhere.
Yeah, solids has a very, very tough time here. What do you do productively with solids here? You need to, she's probably going to, you want some kind of shoot this ball in and maybe get some kind of angle on the, she's playing safe. Okay.
Yeah, I see what she was trying to do there. Maybe snug up on the pink 4 there.
Yeah, because shooting balls there was a total Hail Mary. Meanwhile, you do have advantage of stripes, but how does that help you? How do you finish the game? Because what happens in order to get to the end, you have to unpick this safety net.
Well, it's 8-ball, so you go for a wide... area for leaving your cue ball, and then you take plan B, plan C as needed. I'm shooting the 10 here.
Because, I would, if I thought it would give me a nudge shot into those, because she's frozen on the rail, she doesn't have to.
Well, 10 to the 11 or the 14.
She could play safe off the 14.
She could.
She is just going to go right at it.
Oh, she went for the breakup.
And at least when you do it early, there's a plan B. And she still doesn't have to sell out here.
I feel like the 13 could have went in the side, though. Is that the 12?
So she can play safe off the 14 here.
Oh, it is the 13. Nice little bump there.
Do a replay on that.
Yeah.
She actually, it looked like she kissed. Did she kiss the other ball first? The other stripe. Still a legal shot, of course. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, as long as you call your pocket and hit your ball first, you're good to go. We can, she's walking around the table for a little while here, so let's see if we can...
Because that was really nice. Oh, no, she didn't. Of course not. How did she?
Oh, that was close to almost hitting the 8 first.
She hit the 8-ball first.
Yeah.
Is what happened. It's the only way that ball popped out of there.
I didn't even realize that until after. So that...
Watch that shot again.
Okay. Well, I don't want to miss another one of Kelly's shots here.
But
let me bring that back after she's done.
That would have been a foul.
It would have been a foul.
If my eyes aren't deceiving me here.
So did she know that?
Probably
not.
She must have, because how on earth did she break the 13 ball out?
I know.
From
what are you gonna do?
From that position,
All right, so
I don't know.
All right, well, here's the shot again. She's shooting at the 14.
So she's not thinking the 13 and the 8 is going to move at all. She's just trying to.
If the 8 moves, it definitely hit it first because it's before it.
Yeah,
so that was a ball in hand foul. Now, just to be clear to anyone out there, we are not the ref. We can't go out there and stop them from playing and say that was a foul. You know, they have to request someone to watch the shot. Otherwise, it's up to the players to figure it out.
Yeah, the non-shooting player is kind of effectively the ref and has to keep their eyes on the table.
Which is kind of BS because...
Well, in a friendly, gentlemanly game, and the way where I'm from in England,
Right.
it's automatic that you would always
call your
concede
fouls.
your own fouls.
Right.
You'd be the height of lose your reputation completely if you don't do that. But in America, it's different, though. I remember Larry Backus of the Magnet was telling me that. You know,
there
here,
are some differences there.
You know, if they don't notice it, you keep shooting.
Yeah, that's not how I play. I always call fouls on myself.
That was in the days of gambling.
Well, now, if there's a lot of money on the line and it was so close, too close to call. Okay, so this is the thing. When you don't call a ref over to watch a shot, the tie always goes to the shooter. So even if Amanda would have said, I think that hit the 8 ball first.
Well, they should be allowed to then...
And Kelly would say, no, it didn't.
Well, then they should be allowed to ask the commentary box.
No, we don't want to be the judge and the jury. So what they can do is they can go to YouTube and they can watch it themselves.
That's a really good draw shot there.
Wow.
It's amazing actually how much she drew that. But
so they can watch it themselves, rewind it, watch it, rewind it, watch it. Now, if they still can't agree, the tie still goes to the shooter.
Yeah.
The box can't, change a call. Now, if they say, hey, someone from the booth, I want you to watch this shot before she shoots it, we'll go out there and watch it. And then we'll use the replay to make a call. That's pretty much the rule, as I know it. Otherwise, we'd have to get involved in all the games.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't see things right.
Yeah, I wondered if she was going to play a safety there. It's a tricky, dangerous plan because the one ball's absolutely hanging. It's very, very makeable somehow or other. I'll just be gently rolling, kicking this in just enough to, a little bit more than soft. There's a masse shot too, and then she might jump it.
I like the jump.
I kind of like the masse.
Yeah, a little swerve. It's not the end of the world. But the jump, these days with jump cues, so much easier.
She liked the masse. That was a beautiful replay, that one. That shot was awesome. Shot of the
beautiful
shot of the match so far. Beautiful little masse around the 8 ball.
Pegasus, though.
And that was the problem with Kelly's safety. She's like assuming or hoping that Amanda can't come with a shot like that. But
right.
But that one ball was hanging and waiting to be made. Oh, that's a shame.
That's that Pegasus that I was talking about. You make a great shot.
Yeah.
And then one of the great players said, that shot was for the audience. Now this shot is for me.
Yeah, that was Thomas, the German pool player. Not Thomas Anger, the other one.
So what do you do to settle yourself down for a shot like that after making a great trick shot?
He just used to use those words. He said, that shot's for them.
Right.
This next one, and then you eyeball the next shot is for me.
You settle down.
Visualize the ball going into the pocket. Don't assume it's going to go.
Right.
Just because you're so good to make the previous shot doesn't mean this is going to go in.
Yeah.
If you don't see it,
Walk around the table. Do whatever it takes to...
You got to imagine the ball going into the pocket in your mind's eye. Play that little video.
I like that. You told me that a couple years ago, and I still do that. It works.
Yeah.
On 40, 45-degree
and
cuts.
Amanda, of course, I bet I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's really the case. She just came off making that amazing masse shot.
Right.
And guess what? Is feeling really good about it. She's thinking, yes.
Yeah.
Can you believe I did that?
Yeah. And then she gets a makeable shot on the 8, really. I'm sure she makes that shot 90% of the time.
And didn't even, it's
tricky.
It's just generally, you don't think about even aiming it. But this is tougher.
Ooh. Little back and forth.
And now she's left Kelly straight in.
Yeah, it's a bummer after making that swerve shot. But it is nice to say, even after the foul.
Did you get a replay on that?
Amanda had like 3 more chances.
Yeah.
So the foul didn't change the outcome of the game.
Correct.
Right? So that's nice to know.
That's right.
We do have a replay on the swerve shot here.
Yeah. Look at this. Beautiful. I mean, she's virtually completely in line there.
Yeah, it comes out real nice.
Yeah, and that's nice. All that spin to get her out and did get her a good position.
Jesus. Was that was that your phone?
I just put a case on it.
You need me to slide over? Here. This looks weird on stream. Your head bobbing up and down.
Do you like my hat?
Oh, yeah.
What
So
do you know
does
what that stands for?
GB?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that stands for, MH.
Well, did you know there's a football game on at the moment?
Oh, yeah. I figure it's for Green Bay.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. It's for
I knew you were going to say that.
Great Britain.
Great Britain, he says.
Which is where the game is taking place. GB in GB.
You think you'd be excited about it since it's in your hometown?
It's
You're like, silence.
yeah.
Fong says, Chris, when you foul, you throw the rack. Just kidding. I've never thrown a rack. Like the plastic piece? I don't throw that. Oh, we got people strolling in for the 8-ball tournament. I think Fong is going to be here soon, and he's going to set that up, and that's going to be starting at 1 o'clock today. So if you're tired of watching football, come on down. Or if you want to watch football on 25 TVs and play pool, come on down. You got time. Hop in the car. All right, so we got a score of 3-1. Kelly, race to 6. Race to 6. Are you going to be playing in today's 8-ball?
Negative, Captain.
I won't. I will not as well. I'd love to.
You'll be there with me, not playing.
I will be there with you, not playing. I'll be watching from the booth. Patrick Glenn will be here for the Jesters and the Knights.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Everybody knows Patrick.
No, I need to get home to finish my the jigsaw puzzle I've been working on.
Oh, yeah.
I've been working on it for a week, and I think I'm almost done. I'm actually kind of proud because I'm going to get it done in just a little over a week. And on the box, it says 2 to 4 years.
Yeah. That's a good one. It should take you 2 to 4 years, I see. And you finish it in a week. For those that don't know, MH has the driest dad joke humor. Sometimes it takes a minute.
We need a laugh track.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Press a button.
We had one.
Just a little guffaw here or a big belly laugh there.
Yeah, we've
little
got
chuckle.
them. Yeah. Little applause. Or the one of those because it's so bad. That'd be okay too.
Yeah, so back home in England, we used to watch MASH.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the TV show MASH?
Yeah, right.
Alan Alda.
The army.
Yeah. Hot Lips.
Sure.
Hot Lips Houlihan.
It was a little before my time. But I did watch some.
So I was very familiar with it. And then when I came here, there was something, we'd watch the same show, MASH.
Right.
But in America, they've added a laugh track.
Oh, no.
So
they
in
did.
MASH, even though that it's... So in England, I was never used to that because the British public, I don't think, would accept that. It just didn't. They decided. So the version that they play in England doesn't have the laugh track.
And it's created in the U.S.
And we thought it was hilarious. But I guess the concept is people don't know when to laugh. They can't tell if it's funny if people aren't laughing.
So
I don't know.
It was developed in the U.S. with a laugh track. They took the laugh track off for England.
Yep.
Or UK.
That's right. And it's hilarious.
Europe.
We think that it just sort of cheapens it, really. Makes it silly.
It does.
Adding the laugh track.
I think they've gotten better at making a laugh track that doesn't sound so obvious. And a lot of those do have studio audiences now. Like 12 people. Yeah, what are you doing here? I don't know what I'd even be doing here. Looks like it's pretty tight.
Yeah, she's not too happy about that. She's put herself in jail here. And she's considering that nice pink stripe hanging over the side pocket. See if you can find a way to make it.
I mean, you definitely got to put some time into a shot. You get a little bit of a bad leave. You got to think about it. All right.
So Amanda has a chance here. She's played well so far in this match and got a couple of bad results.
She did block the 8, though, with that shot.
It's a short race here.
I think.
But she's shown she does know how to shoot. So she's got a nice open table here. And it would really settle her down, make her feel that she could win this match if she does something good with this table right here.
Did she block the 15 with that 8-ball move that she did?
Yeah,
that was pretty smart.
That's the problem here. It's like you think, well, it's my first shot, the 12 ball here, but you need the 12 to get on the 15.
Right.
So you don't want to be shooting it unless it gets you on the 15.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, come back around, then shoot the 15 in the upper right. Because that's all.
But she didn't really have other good shots, so she was in a tough spot there.
You got to take something.
And that nudge is really nice. That's given her a good chance here. But she's still going to have to do something really impressive to get on the 15 now.
Right.
Unless it goes. You may end up playing that, just drift it past, make sure you don't hit the 8 pocket speed, and it can just drift. It can go in.
It's a little tricky to see.
Hang.
I like this shot off
good.
the 3.
Now,
very nice.
What does she end up with? Now, this is actually close to perfect. She's going to roll this 14 in the side pocket, and guess which direction the cue ball's going to go?
To the left.
Down towards the 15 and the 8. So,
but you need to put a little draw on that, right, to tighten up that tangent.
It's a rolling shot.
Okay.
And she doesn't have much option because she's hampered over the 4 ball. But it's just make sure you make this ball, roll it, and just let it go. The cue ball's either going to end up under the 15 or hit the 15. And there you go. So she rolled the dice, but you have to focus on that ball. It's tough. It is tough to make it.
Yeah, that's really tough.
Thin cut.
She's still got, the 15 in the upper, so it's just tougher now if she gets the chance.
It didn't work out good for stripes at all, just the way the 8 ball and the 15 are. It's not a problem for solids having the 8 ball hanging there because she doesn't need that pocket for the solids.
It's like a safety.
You want it. I'd rather be shooting the 2 ball here just because that's one of the tough ones to get on. All right. Well, she's
Plan
good.
B.
Yeah, she's good there. She's on the. I don't know what her plan was. Probably this, but
I would think the 4 next was what she was looking for. I don't know though. It's tough to call.
The 2 ball. If you do this wrong, the 2 ball ends up being tough to get on.
Oh, she's got an angle. It's pretty straight on the 3, but
see, I think she could have shot the 2 the first ball,
right,
and then immediately taken the other one and solved that end.
And a lot of 8 ball is pattern.
Yeah,
a lot of players, if they would do some training on pattern play,
sure,
and discuss every single pattern and get better at.
Now she's really got to stroke this shot.
You can improve your game a lot more than just shooting. Because I've gone through 8 ball racks where I've screwed myself over on the last 2.
Oh yeah.
And then everybody's like, "Why didn't you just take the 6 first? It was a stop shot, stop shot, stop shot." I'm like, I didn't see it.
That's right. It's tough to consider all the things. So she still has a chance here. She can roll this ball into the corner pocket here, and if it goes in, it basically wins the game.
Ooh, almost snicked off the 4.
So got a little tough, but still advantage solids. Stripes is in a tough position here.
And she knew that. She knew if she missed, she probably had.
She almost has to play and hope to get ball in hand.
Play it safe here.
She has to play a safe
behind
the 14.
Yeah,
a little bump.
Easy safe.
Yeah, well, it's not easy. You got to get the speed just
easy.
right. It's easy to sell out if you don't hook her on both balls.
Cool thing about this safe
the 4
is
and the 2 both go.
You're moving the 14 away from that tough spot too.
So, is she trying to get the 15 away, or is she trying to freeze it on there? Okay,
a little
it away.
kick. Okay, same result.
Yeah.
Trying to get behind the 14 off the kick.
Yeah.
She got her ball out of there.
She did, but she's got 2 balls, only 1 out of 2, and she's giving Kelly a chance here. So
interestingly
that shot was
enough,
unlikely to go safe.
I think the history of these games have been, I'll probably get another chance, so let's get my stuff out of there so I have a chance.
Yeah, but I feel Kelly's playing aggressively, and
She
the aggressive player doesn't say that. The aggressive player says, "When you give me a chance, I'm going to go for it because I've got a fairly good chance."
Look
of
at
getting
that. Oh, it's close. That makes it really tough.
Wow.
But
This is quite incredible. So she doesn't dare do much other than just gently roll this ball into the pocket, but she's then going to have to kick or play a masse on the 8. It's tough to play a position here and also still make the ball. What happens if you...
Oh, interesting.
You know, she's jacked over the ball here. She does know that the 14 ball doesn't have a pocket, so Solids is not in a sellout position. Stripes is in a sellout position.
All right, we got Mark West here for the Sunday 8 ball.
Yeah, looking to see if it's frozen. Which this is going to be a tricky call. But why wouldn't you go for this?
I would just pop it.
I mean, it's not safe.
Maybe
she's lucky she didn't give
hooked on the point.
Well, she's lucky she didn't give a better angle on the 15. There is a force follow with spin shot where she can shoot the 15 in, come in 2 rails, and end up sending the cue ball down there to the area between the 14 and the 8 ball. But the 14 doesn't go past the 4, and Kelly probably knew that she didn't want to get that because the 14 doesn't have a pocket except for the bank shot. I mean, it really, truthfully, I mean, you might just say, look, let's go for it. Bank shot. But
yeah, I like that.
No, I don't like that at all.
Well, she wanted to block the pocket.
Because what she done, she's left Kelly a blank shot.
Right.
And she hasn't solved her problem on the 14, so even Kelly can freely go for this.
Well, she overhit it, but I like the idea behind what
Kelly
she was
is
doing.
free to go for this, though.
Oh, for sure. Why would she not be free to go for this?
Well, that's right. Well, for this... and Stripes had a chance to go for it also. They would have had a bank shot just like this.
Oh, well, now it got even more tricky.
So absolutely. That was good luck that it went in. She's made this basically a do or die shot. There's no more safety.
Yeah. I mean, unless
that's
you can
why
leave
you should
the
have gone
cue
for it. That's why you wish you'd gone for it earlier.
Can you leave the cue ball down on the left side? I mean, I know it's tricky, but
and then you leave just a 1-rail kick or a jump shot, and it's easy.
It's not easy. Not everybody can shoot a 1-rail kick with precision.
Right. Oh.
A little bit of banter back and forth. Just shoot the 8 ball.
Got a dominant scoreline. She's complimenting her opponent and saying, yeah, you shoot smart, you'll be good when you get it going.
Well, we can tell that Amanda's got great fundamentals and a good stroke. And like I said earlier,
and she was thinking her way into the games well. You know, she was playing some safeties. And
the pre-shot routine she's got is, you know.
The one thing I would change is there's a few times in several of these games where she's had chances to get out and she's opted for a safety. And then the safety doesn't guarantee you the game. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to be able to shoot the balls eventually and make the 8 ball if you're hoping to win the game.
That is true.
And so I think if she'd gone for it a little bit more, this match might be, the other way around.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some back and forth. There hasn't been a whole lot of control from one player or the other.
Yeah, because she has shown she does know how to shoot and can control the cue ball. And when the balls are open and she's going for it, I think she's got a good chance.
Well, and that's what Kelly's telling her. She's got so much knowledge. It's just that you're right on the edge of executing. And when she starts to execute, she's going to be dangerous. So I just summarized that 4-minute conversation.
Yeah.
Here we go. 4-1, race to 6.
So, Kelly breaking, in control, with a chance to get to the hill.
It's a nice break. It's open.
Yeah.
I prefer solids here.
Yeah, they're both okay, aren't they, really?
I mean, starter shot's not the easiest, right? But
yeah, and this is one of those situations where if you're planning on getting out, okay, your only shot right now is the 1. The 4 ball has to go early, and the 5 ball have to go early, because those are the 2 balls that are blocking the pockets for the other solids. So
correct.
You're looking for, after shooting this 1, playing either the 4 or the 5, and hopefully both of them.
Well, you're right, though. The stripes aren't that bad either, but what's the 11 ball would be about it.
Yeah, you'd have to play that. Oh, she is. She's looking at the 11.
I don't mind this. And the more I look at the table.
Yeah, she likes that cut shot, and so she's happy, yeah. So now she has, with that first shot and that little nudge.
I like that, yeah.
She's showing us that stripes looks really good now. And so she's good here. She can roll this 10 ball in, leave herself in that friendly angle on the 15. Could have rolled that forward and got closer.
Yeah, it's tough to shoot over the 2.
Was she playing for the 15? Yeah, she's automatically got down on it. So it's
okay,
okay, though. You make this ball and you automatically back up table. So there's something nice and automatic about this angle there.
Oh, not too far now.
Yeah, and it's tough to not plan an exact next shot when you've got lots of balls open. She still does have a shot.
General vicinity rule.
Yeah, you kind of got to...
Right.
You might as well try and guess where the cue ball's going to go. Otherwise, you didn't pick a real specific shot.
Well, 14 will bail her out.
Yeah, she's got to just roll this in gently.
Or 9. I think she's taking the 9 all the way down.
Oh,
would you look at that?
Really well now. How's your luck? She's okay. I think she's got a window there to the 13.
That was a great shot.
It's getting a little tricky here. But there was a nicely executed shot. She let the cue ball go though. She could have just well. There you go. That was a well struck, confident shot.
Wow, and a great roll.
Yeah, you should.
I think that goes in the side.
It's a thin angle. I think she can roll it in dead weight.
It's where you want to shoot the 14.
Let's see what angle for the 14 you get on the
Right.
14. It's 3 balls ahead. The angle to get on the 8.
I don't know if I like that angle.
I think she's okay.
It'll work.
She can just roll this in and she sends the cue ball to the side rail.
It's steeper than you think.
Is it?
I think.
Is it like
Here, let's take a look at this from the
Scratch
side.
in the side.
It's pretty,
Just roll it in.
just roll it
dead
in.
weight. Putting speed. Oh, and it is a scratch.
Well, if she would have made it, it might not have scratched. You know, it's one of those, right? Where it's like you scratch. It's a mental thing. Every time I have the ability to scratch, for some reason my brain just says, okay, I'm going to make you shoot this so the carom is perfect, and you scratch.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah, I never understand him either.
Yeah, Siri? Well, if you listened.
Okay, so ball in hand. What's your first ball? The 2 ball's a problem. I don't like the 2 ball.
I don't like the 2 ball either.
But, okay, she's saying let's get the 6. I might even shoot the 2 with an angle to follow up and take the 6 afterwards. Stun with outside English.
Ah, yeah.
So that's not really very good because she doesn't want to play a long combination here on the 5. You know, if you don't have to.
Sure.
So okay, let's take the 4. So if you roll this in, you solved a problem, and that's good.
Then you get the 5 out of the way.
There you go. She struck that well. Good recovery.
Oh, I like this. You take the 7 now.
If you like the way it's laying, yeah.
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah. If you look at it, if you like it, definitely.
This is the beauty of 8 ball. You get a good roll sometimes, and you change your plan.
Yeah. And so she's ended up straightish on the 5.
Yeah, it's
which
tricky.
makes it a little trickier.
I don't know now. See,
She could shoot the 1 if she's straight and likes it. You can usually, well, I was going to say cheat the pocket a little bit on the 5, but you can miss this ball
I mean, she could play a safe.
if you hit it to the...
Not that you want to, but, you know,
Yeah.
shooting the 1 is a sellout shot if you miss.
Right. There you go. She did cheat the pocket a little bit, which was dangerous because that point of the pocket. So she created enough angle there to get out.
Ooh, yeah, it's like 80.
Love to have been straight on this one ball, because then
Right.
she could have just controlled the angle she has on the 3. She kind of got to go cross table from the 3 to the 2 at the end. But from here, I would probably shoot the 3 instead.
She's working it.
Why not just shoot the 3 and let the cue ball come out and shoot the 2 afterwards? This one, she's going up table, and so if she likes to control this, that's absolutely fine. She's getting on the 2 ball with her spin and a friendly brush.
Oh, yeah.
You don't
Good
really
angle.
want to be straight on the 2. So that little brush, she's not done yet. She's not out of the woods.
No, you got to put a stroke on this, either top or bottom. Which one? What is your preference here?
Well, it depends how. I mean, neither one gets you on the 3.
I like to stun over.
Power draw shot. That's a sellout shot. You're saying she's got an angle and she's just going to, draw. Okay. She did have a little angle.
Ray Skinnador says, "Good morning."
Morning, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
No, Kelly played that really well.
She did. I mean, it's a sharp cut. Looks easy on TV.
She's got one more decision to make. Is this a rolling shot? Which pocket am I going to, what speed, which pocket for the 8?
I think you just got to make the ball. I know that pros will play this perfectly, but at this point, you just have to make the ball.
That's bad advice, really. Even if you are just going to plan to make the ball.
Well, based on what we've been
you
watching.
might as well ask the question before you do it. And can I guess where the cue ball is going to go when I shoot it that way? And then in your mind, you'll see a real specific shot, and you'll know
right
whether you hit it a little bit harder or a little bit softer.
Oh, 100%.
The other way, you're just encouraging people to sort of leave it as guesswork.
Sure. Well, sometimes when you're struggling, and maybe by overthinking a shot, you're going to miss it anyway. Just make the ball and take what the table gives you.
I do find that if you don't bother knowing where the cue ball is going to go, you're more likely to miss the ball.
Well, and that is the next level of pool.
But anybody can do that at any level and improve their game by making sure they've seen a real shot.
Sure.
And
I've lost lots of matches.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing
to.
Even though you really want to make this shot, there's nothing to stop you going through a process in your mind and saying, before I shoot it, can I just guess where the cue ball's going to go?
Right. And to be clear, I'm not saying you shouldn't do that.
And it's not guess because you play a little video in your mind and then all of a sudden you know.
Right. It just
and
sometimes
once you get to
gotta,
that point, you've seen a real shot, and I guarantee you're going to make the ball.
So do you and Kendall just argue in the booth all Friday? I haven't watched it for about 14 weeks.
You say that because are we arguing right now?
I just think that you come off a little.
You're like my wife. What do you mean? We're not arguing. We're just talking about
it's like
interesting
Jesus
things.
Christ.
Sorry, all right, I'll calm down. I get you. Look at this shot.
Beautiful shot.
Thin cut with spin. Nice friendly bump, and she's back in this match. Stopping Kelly get to the hill is key here. She's got 2 games, and now if she wins the next game, of course she's got to make this one first. Still got to visualize it. Don't make the mistake of not seeing this shot before you shoot it.
Yeah, you give every shot
Look
the
at
respect.
that. Big power draw.
Wow, that was almost risky there. Yeah. Oh,
wow. Look how close that is to drawing straight into the corner pocket. I don't mind playing a little stun shot, but you play it softer.
Right. You don't want
a lot of people
scratch.
out there saying, why didn't you just roll that gently in? And, of course, that also was a viable option.
It was a viable option. Almost lost. Say, she marked her game. Good. I was worried that it still said 0 out there, and I was like, oh, that's going to be an argument.
Yeah, and that's a big turning point in this match. Kelly could have got to the hill there. But at 2-4, breaking, Amanda now has a chance, if she can take this game, to be right back in the middle of this match.
100%. Patrick Glenn said, I'll be in soon. You guys can, you want to do the gestures? Because I would love to listen to that.
Well, I still didn't get this cue finished. The guy needs
what?
it for...
What do you got to do? Put a tip on it?
There's 2 of them, and I had to, and a ferrule. But
well, that is hard work. I mean, it's delicate work. It's skilled work. If I tried to put a ferrule on my cue, I'd be throwing it in the garbage.
Well, mine come out perfect.
Yeah, they do.
Spin it. I mean, they're oversized, and I'm going to go spin it.
Everything you've done for my cues.
That's a really nice break there. This is what she needed.
A nice break, yeah.
Be done with those all those complex racks that we've had so far. It is complex still because there's no gimme here, but
right.
What do you like? So it's all about the 6 ball, isn't it, really? Do you like the 6 ball? Can you take solids?
I think I like that, yeah.
What are you going to do with the 6 ball?
Well, I mean, you either shoot it now or you plan to shoot it later.
Shoot it where? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna
maybe
bank it
because of the 6 ball. You might say, well,
I'm gonna bank it 17 rails,
I prefer stripes.
and then I'm gonna carom the 8 in the fucking side. Oh, sorry. Where do you think the 6 ball goes if you shoot it right now?
I don't. I think I'd take stripes.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's why you have to ask this question before you choose. But then there's the question, the 14 for stripes. Right? You could shoot the 11 now, bump the 14, and solve.
Oh no, that was unexpected. Well, Kelly's up with an open table. What's she gonna do? Do you still like stripes?
Not as much as I did.
Well, now the whole table's been rearranged, so
Who controls the 8? Neither. It's kind of open. The 6 ball does go now. Right? It does go, so maybe it always did. I don't know.
well, I do. Yeah, it was a sharp cut
Tough
from
tough,
where she was at. Yeah.
Tough thing is, what ball can you make? I mean, she could shoot the 4, and if she gets a nudge off the 9 and ends up on the 6, then she can be out.
Oh, she actually played it more into the 9 than she had to.
So she broke up those 2 balls. So now how do we like them?
So let me ask you a rule question. When the table's open, it's okay to split balls like that, right?
Yeah, doesn't matter
Okay.
what ball you hit first.
Yeah, because it's
We
open
don't, and we don't
table.
have to figure out which one either.
Perfect. Yeah, there's no rules
after the
there for
fact.
those that may be
Yeah.
wondering.
So I think the 6 ball goes past the 14, and so you can go at solids here. A little bump. Like, she plays these shots nicely. I mean, I like that. I know it didn't really work out perfect for her, but she's still okay.
Right.
She chose to go into those two balls there because they weren't sitting very nice. She's okay here.
Connie, the queen of the juniors program here.
Careful, you don't bump balls into trouble. She's okay.
Yep. I'm liking this so far.
Yeah, and so what we're saying is, 6 balls the last ball then?
It's got to be now,
And
right?
how do you get on it? And so the 5 ball is right where you want to be.
Yes.
To be on the 6 ball to finish. So you leave your 5 ball as the
Right.
key ball would be the preference.
So like 2, 3, 7, 5, 6, 8. Oh, she went for the bump.
Yeah. And she's been lucky that she didn't hide the 6 ball. So the billiards gods are saying, okay. So now the 8 ball's open.
Interesting. Now you have to shoot the
I
5.
often do things kind of like the way she does, bump into stuff.
It's not bad as long as you know
the best players are real precise and they pick them off and don't bump it.
Sure.
Play all these little bumps. But I actually would have played this. I don't know if I'd played that last bump, but
Yeah.
that's a shame.
Well, what's the downside to bumping balls?
You get unlucky, and a couple of times there, I would say she's lucky that she didn't just tie the 6 ball up. The
Okay.
6 ball, she was open, and there was a way to get out, and she played that little nudge on the 8 ball and
Right.
the 15,
Right.
and look how close the 15 is to the 6. It could have just closed your position up and taken away your chance, because she had a chance to get out there.
She did.
If she'd made that ball.
Well, we
that's
couldn't see the
dismissed.
angle 100%, right? Could she have just slow rolled the 2 in? Or was it always going to bump into the 6?
I don't know. Yeah, no.
it's tough
Sometimes you
it's
have to.
tough.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't critique the order without getting down and looking at the shot yourself. Which
It's tricky
we
sometimes.
don't know from here, but
Now the 8's really out of the way.
yeah. Now Kelly has to play safe.
Oh, I like that. Instead of going for it.
She
here,
doesn't have to actually. If she likes the 15, if you feel confident about shooting this 15 in,
go for it.
and before you answer that question, you also have to ponder the 10 ball.
Oh, she's banking it.
I think I'd play safe just because after all that, the 10 ball still
Would this
doesn't
be
go.
considered a 2-way?
Might be. See the 6 ball? Oh, she did play it. She
Oh.
went straight at it.
Okay.
Gave herself a chance. See, that's the aggressive
swear
way.
She tapped the pocket there. Okay. I like that
Now,
shot.
if she gets out here, you'll realize why the offense was better than the defense.
Okay.
But this is not simple here, and she's on this 12 ball.
Right.
But what are you going to do?
I think you just make it.
And do what? I would.
Pull it back a little bit for the 11 in the side.
She's shooting the 14.
If she can shoot that, that's a great shot. Looks a little close to the 6.
You know, rule number 1, of course, is you can't shoot balls unless it's solving all
Beautiful.
your problems. So the 10 ball has to. So she's got an angle here on the 11. Is
Well,
that?
let's look at the overview. To
Yeah.
me, it looks like it goes.
Yeah.
Or the 10, I'm sorry.
Almost should play a replay on that because it looks like she played an absolutely perfect shot there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
To get this really lovely angle on this 11, I think, is what it looks like. So here she can roll the 11 in and send the cue ball up. She's just got to decide, is she kind of drift behind the 10 ball?
Right.
The 10 ball's got 3 pockets, and they're all on the left-hand side of the table.
That's what she's looking at right now. That's what's taking time.
Or
she doesn't know if it goes past the 3.
Or she could play a bump on the 10 ball.
Right. Could bump, yeah. A little bit of a bump would get that out of there.
And so this will be
And she's thinking about it. She's putting a lot of thought into it. She's walking around the table, making sure she's making the right decision. I mean, she'd love to just get out here, right?
Yeah, we've got to shoot the 10 ball somewhere.
Interesting.
So I don't know. She doesn't like that. 11 in the side.
I think she liked your plan. Slow roll.
So she is planning on using the 11 in the side.
Yes,
and she prefers this angle. Mm-hmm. I think she might be setting for a bank shot here. And you have to play the speed perfect to make it nice.
Right.
The 10 ball will still bank from different angles. Was she?
She's
getting behind it.
Coming behind. Look at that.
She has just shown us something even better.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Do a replay on that one.
Oh, for sure.
And that was her plan.
Great shot.
And she's shown you why she's been dominant for the Queens for the foreseeable past.
That was tricky.
She's played a really, really good out there, and she's been planning several shots in a row. She was planning on using that 10 ball, and she didn't like, I could tell her body language, she didn't like the angle she had on the 10 previously.
Right.
What I was going on about, which I thought was a shot I liked, she didn't like. And
she's
on the table, so she would know. And that's one of those situations. She did all the hard work and gave herself a chance on the 10 ball there, and then that's the one you miss. It's weird, that, isn't it? The psychology of the rack changes.
Here's that.
Because she finally got to a point where she'd unpicked. She'd played this really well, this shot.
Unbelievable shot here.
And she uses.
Comes around, 2 rails.
It's really kill English to get there.
Beautiful shot there.
Punched it a little bit harder was the only thing she'd have done different. But she still had a very makeable shot on the 10.
Oops.
And I don't know.
Button didn't click.
If she tried to play the 10 plain or with English, but.
Yeah, so Amanda just made the 3. We might have missed just a hair of that, just to keep you guys updated.
Now, if Amanda wants to have a dominant role in this match, she's got to do something magic here with these 2 balls.
I mean, I don't think she likes to leave on what she gave herself here. Let's be honest. She probably wanted the 7 to be easy.
Yeah, so she's playing a thin cutoff. So this is tough. She's going to try and play it hard enough that she goes down table safe.
Uh-oh.
But it ended up going a lot wider than she wanted. The billiards god said,
wow.
Okay, safe. So solids now really, well, barring the fact that she does have a bank shot here, she could and probably doesn't have much choice. Go for this bank shot, which could win her the game if she makes it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see much else. I mean, if I'm in this position, I'm thinking
you're forced into it. Other than that, solids has the advantage.
Right. Well, she'll put some thought into
And it's
this.
one of those shots where the 8 ball might be a little bit in the way, but you hit it plain with no spin, slowish,
right?
And that puts cut-induced throw on the 10 ball.
Oh, for sure.
Helps it go down table a little bit. So you just missed the 8 ball.
Oh, it was close.
Unbelievable. She was very, very close to making that bank shot.
It was
Might have gone. Definitely looked very close.
Beautiful try.
And she got a double kiss.
Very nice try.
And that cue ball was always flying down that way.
Well, so opportunity for Amanda.
The cue ball and the 10 ball track down table at the same rate.
And that's what happens when you do those cross bangs, you know?
Almost not much you can do about it.
The cue ball's always going to be in the way. You gotta pull it out of there. Okay.
So Amanda has a nice chance here.
I like this.
Yeah. Now, looking at this, she wishes well, maybe she's absolutely fine. She's just going to dead slow roll it, right?
I would.
It's got a little bit of angle there.
Oh, cheated the pocket a little bit.
Little stun shot. Okay.
Like it. Wow.
Now, don't assume this is going in. You got to visualize it, imagine it going in, see what it looks like, and then just do that same thing.
Correct.
There it is.
In the hole.
So there we go. We have a nice match here. Amanda's back in this match, 3-4.
Wow. That's amazing.
And she's breaking.
She's breaking. And, I mean, are we going to have a tie match here? Are we going to have a hill-hill match? We have a player break. Good time to cool off the opponent, huh? Well, we do have the questionnaire. Maybe we can go through some of that information.
Let's do some questions.
Change it up a little bit.
Full name, Amanda Nora. City, Watertown, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. She's from Watertown. That's right.
Whereas Kelly is from Arkdale, Wisconsin.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, Amanda. What age did you start playing pool? Old enough to know better, but too young to care.
I like that answer.
That's awesome.
We should remove the age.
What?
Nobody wants to answer
What
that.
shirt size do you wear? We skip over that one too.
What does she break with?
Well, that's a good question. It's a maple, looks like. And gave him a good whack. What does she break with? That's probably okay. What shooting tip does she use? Oh, okay. Break with a Russ Espiritu. Russ Espiritu.
Espiritu? Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Huh. Must be Italian.
We might have to ask
It's
her.
actually Spanish, I think. Shooting cue, Jacoby, with the Predator Revo shaft.
That's tricky. A Jacoby with a Predator shaft. Isn't it amazing
What tip do you use? Predator medium. What's amazing?
that people kind of just flip-flop the Legos of Q manufacturers around? A shaft from Predator,
Yeah.
a butt from P-Shower.
Well, the reason to do that is, well, I mean, the shooting end, really. The butt doesn't, I mean, most of the important, from a shooting point of view, is the shaft.
Right.
Um,
Well, you got to
but,
have good balance in your cue,
Jacoby
too.
obviously makes some really nice-looking cues, as does P-Shower.
They do. Yeah, both in Wisconsin. And if you're looking for a P-Shower, come on down to the Mad Apple.
Well, yeah, and
Pro Shop.
if you're looking for a carbon fiber shaft, the P-Shower carbon fiber is better than all the other ones. It's not the same
Correct.
as. It's not just a carbon fiber tube
Right.
that they've plugged their bits into like all the other ones do.
So they're all a little bit different.
And it's got a more realistic solid hit, not that metal tingy sort of
The Rogue?
hollow tube. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Rogue.
the Rogues hit really well. They sound amazing. I know Connie was she's like, try mine out. You're going to love it. And she's been through all of them.
Yeah. That's what Mason plays with and has ever since they came out.
I think all you guys do, right? So
Well,
Mason's got the Rogue. Oh, you got the
There's one type of
snooker
cue that's a little bit even better than the carbon fiber, and that's ash.
Yeah,
So I play with an ash.
a nice piece of ash.
That's right. That's what I hear people say that when I bend over and play pool.
Yeah.
They appreciate the wood in my cue.
Yeah. I pick these dry jokes up from you here and there.
Okay. So Amanda has a chance here at stripes. Complex situation.
Definitely.
But I think it's important to stay aggressive here. Or at least not fall into the trap of thinking you're going to safety your way into winning. The only purpose for a safety is to give you a chance to get out. But having said so, in these complex situations,
well, it's
it's wide open, really. I mean,
right. I mean, it's a good opportunity, though, right? So
yeah, and I mean, Kelly's going to go for it here.
has to. I mean, there's not a lot of problems. 8 ball's achievable.
Yeah, and the 3-ball goes into both side pockets. And the reason I say that is the 5 and the 6 can get you into the other side pocket.
It's a good point. Oh.
Well,
Unexpected scratch all the way down table.
yeah, she didn't need to go for that ball. And she was letting the cue ball fly, but she thought it was going to dance around the top end of the table and be up there close to her solids. So ball in hand here, most important choice. What do you do? What's your first shot? What's your problem? boy, it seems like the 15's a problem. Or the 13 down there with the pink block in the pocket. And you're going to take these balls out first.
Yeah.
I think what she has to do, and it will be a great shot, she can make... so she's going to play the 15 first. And what I would suggest next would be trying to be on that orange 13 ball up table.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Because you can play it
right
off the 4, and it kind of...
Do you think that'll go off? I see, like into it?
Yeah, you just aim for the gap and hit it at just the right speed, which is a little bit harder than just rolling.
Quite possibly. She's in a tricky situation, though. If that 4 is in the pocket, can 2 balls fit? Aren't these...
Well,
these
sometimes they lock together and they both stay up. But if you're not going to do that, what are you going to do? Because when you shoot these balls off, you're going to be forced into doing something like that anyway. And if you're going to end up doing something like that, you should do it when you still have lots of balls on the table, and that Kelly would have lots of stripes in her way. I don't like leaving it to the last ball, that's for sure.
Oh, was she thinking bank?
Well,
it
doesn't bank past the 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. All those stripes that she shot in were wasted. She could have done something with the 13, which she's going to have to do something now anyway.
Right.
She's going to end up moving it.
So you shouldn't save your problem ball for the last.
No, and it's not a problem for solid, so it's one of those things you have to do first, early.
Right.
Even if you break down and don't run out, you want to do it first shot, not last shot. Because, let's say you played that shot, the 13, the 4 goes in and the 13 hangs. Well, you still just blocked off a pocket now and given yourself a safety net and didn't sell out. So early on in the rack, I think she should have played that 13. Because ultimately, if she'd made that, if she'd got position on it, she would have had to play it right now.
True. I like this, though.
So advantage solids, just like I said before.
I think this is the ball.
The worst place you can be in a game of 8 ball is 1 ball hell.
Yeah, because, I mean, it gets brutal. It gets brutal.
But the best outcome for Kelly is not to get into a safety battle and just run out.
Right.
So the 6 has to go before the 5, which is why she's taking it first.
I like that.
Don't get hung up and cause yourself be less likely to get out by thinking I should leave the 4 till last or late.
Yeah, we've seen that before.
She doesn't need to do that. She can play a 3-4 combination.
Right.
I think you just focus on getting out here.
Yeah, I mean, the table's wide open.
You can leave the 3. If you play the 3-4 combination, you can still leave the 3 till last.
Right.
But you don't even have to play the combination if you don't want to. You could shoot the 4 ball out and just run out.
Oh, so she's taking your advice.
Yeah.
But she's going to swap them. She's swapping
them both.
Oh, wow.
Trusted to luck a little bit in the fact that she's moving the 8 ball. She's now cut the pocket off for the 7, so the 7 has to go in the side.
Right.
She's not really on the 1 ball to get her on the 7 right now, so she has to play a long shot on the 5. So this just got trickier. Oh, and she's got the 2 ball too. If this comes out now, then she's still good, but...
little body English there. I think it turned out okay.
She's still going.
Still got to shoot a tough shot on the 5.
Yeah, and it's not perfect yet for her. It's still not automatic because unless you like cutting the 5 in the side, which is better positionally, but it's much tougher to make, and she plays the 5 in the corner, doesn't really get a good position. And then she's left playing a tough shot on the 1 ball if she shoots the 5 in the corner. But there is a little pop the 5 ball in the side pocket and make sure you check the stun line and see if it goes right into the pocket and maybe play a draw, but I don't know if it's good or not until you actually get on the table and look at it, and only Kelly can tell you that.
It's a tough angle to see. If we go to the overhead.
But if she plays
maybe that'll
the
help
5
you.
in the side just right, she's going for it, and she's aggressive player, and she's shown you, the class that she's got, and that she's definitely choosing that shot.
Oh, no.
Missed it.
And it tied up the 1-7.
Yeah, so that's right. So that's good for stripes that those 2 solids froze. It's good for stripes that she has a shot and she's back at the table, but what's not good is quite how straight she is on this ball. I think she's got a little bit of angle. So this is a full stroke Let it go. Let it roll. Let the cue ball have way more follow than that.
Wow.
Oh,
What
she's
a great shot.
Actually, that is good. So maybe that was just perfect. What am I saying?
That was beautiful.
I was imagining, putting a lot more on it and going up table.
She did pretty much
But-
what you said. Just put a good stroke on it.
Yeah.
All the way up.
There we go. This is your shot.
Oh, hit it thick.
Yeah.
Hit it real
Do a
thick.
replay on that. It wasn't just thick. I think she got a heavy contact too, but maybe not. But the way you tell is if there's a lot of spin on the 8 ball after it gets hit. But
Yeah,
outside
you're talking
spin.
a little bit of cling.
But she did hit it thick. I'm pretty sure that wasn't all throw. I think she missed it even if it didn't.
Which is weird.
Which, she gained a chance there to draw level. Kelly's going to be aggressive here and probably kiss these balls.
Oh, there we go.
That turned out beautiful.
I can't get
What-
much
what a
better than
great-
that.
Yeah, replay on that one.
We're going to miss the throw, the 8-ball shot. Yeah, okay.
Don't matter.
I agree. That was a great shot.
This one was a winning shot.
Definitely
And
was.
she had 2 ways to hit those balls. She was brushing past them the first way, and in her mind she might have thought she had a chance to hit it without going to the rail. But the spin she played, it worked both ways.
Hey, Cheryl. I'm in the booth with MH, the Patine Pen Glaze. And hi, how you doing?
Hey there, Cheryl. Another cut shot, which you want to make sure doesn't somehow end up going thick. These shots do end up going thick sometimes when you miss hit them, don't they?
It's almost the same
tendency for it.
shot.
Yeah.
In the hole, no scratch.
Her heart skipped a beat there.
That's putting
before it
Kelly
went
on the
in.
hill.
Yep, that was a big moment.
Really?
They both had that shot on the 8 ball. Amanda would love to take that shot on the 8 ball.
Isn't
back.
it brutal for Amanda?
Tied
I've
up.
missed shots like that, and then you're sitting in your chair like, man, that would have been 4-4 now.
Tied up on the
Right.
hill or breaking. And the momentum would have finally swung in her direction.
Yeah, it would have at that point.
Now, you can't give up now
No.
because this next rack, if
Just
she
as
wins this,
important.
puts her right back in the match.
And if she doesn't, it's over. See, she has to win it now. So now, does this change your mentality of how you're going to play? Are you going to play a little more safe?
From Kelly's point of view?
Well, from Amanda's. Kelly always plays
No, Amanda
pretty
has to go at it. There's little
stable.
safeties and exchanges, which, you go 50-50 and she wins half of them.
Right, right.
And then when you win it, you're not even guaranteed necessarily to get out if you miss a ball.
That is
But
true.
gives you a chance. But no, you've got to go aggressive. Don't think about that. Just go for it.
Just go for
The
it.
safeties aren't going to
All
help.
right, there we go.
Obviously, the layout of the shot, you can't say that as a hard and fast rule before seeing the layout of the balls.
Well, for sure. Yeah, you don't just go for it if you can't run out. Yeah,
But I think you've got to err on the side of aggression.
I like that.
And I think if she had erred on the side of aggression in a few of her decisions, she should have probably been several games ahead of where she is now.
And the reason why I asked that, I do believe a lot of players will slow down in a position like this. Either that or they'll say, I got nothing to lose,
Right.
and then go full aggressive.
And you want to feel like that, but then she's faced with this, which doesn't give you much in the way of options. I mean, in a way, you do. It's like a Hail Mary, and you say, look, I am
Right.
going for it. I'm not going to
Exactly.
safe my way through this rack, or at least the safety here doesn't do anything for me. So roll this pink ball in, get yourself an angle on those other balls, and just keep going. But
I guess 10-4, about all you got.
it's tough. Which ball? The 4 ball?
Yeah, it's still open, right?
Yeah.
So you
So you're
could
saying
combo the 10-4. and
Yeah,
then-
that's actually easy to miss that shot.
yeah, it
You've
is.
You've got to overcut the 10, and the rail might be in the way if you'd even.
I'd probably go
cut the
off
10
the
off.
rail.
But yeah, the 10 doesn't really look like it goes past the 4 either, or at least it
Right.
can miss. But she's chosen one of them, probably
Right.
the 10, I think.
There we go.
No, she played your shot.
well,
And
there
she
was
knew-
not much else there, right?
Yeah.
Even if solids don't look good.
And she played it right, and of course that's what you were thinking. And
I would
that
assume.
was a good shot choice, Chris.
Well, I appreciate it, MH. Just trying to move forward with it. So this will break everything up.
No, I always
that
like-
8-ball. Did you see that?
I listen to a lot of your commentary, Chris, and I like the way you read the table. I think you make a lot of really good calls.
You got to see the
You
table.
understand the game.
Yeah.
well.
I mean, you can't get them all right. And the goal up here is not to get them all right. Because that makes boring commentary if you get them all right.
Yeah. So here from Strike's point of view.
But thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. All right, enough of that saying nice things about you. I'm done with that. Can we move on now?
Well, we already know your English accent makes you sound smarter, so.
So, okay, she's chosen Stripes. It doesn't. I don't know why.
It does.
That's why I like. That's why I like living in Wisconsin. Back home, they don't care how I speak. You know, it don't make no difference.
Yeah.
But in Wisconsin,
in Wisconsin, you're
no.
like a professor.
All right. So after choosing Stripes, or even before choosing Stripes, oh no, she didn't choose. Yeah, she was Stripes. The 9-ball. You've just got to find a way to bank the 9-ball off before you open stuff up, because Kelly doesn't have an open table here either. So use your first shot as a throwaway shot to move the 9. And it doesn't have to be a throwaway. You can play it in a way that.
Right.
Well, you could even actually bank it.
I like what you're saying there. So what you're saying is, because there's another chance.
Yeah.
Break up some stuff.
So this is the rule of thumb that I said before. You see the 2 green balls?
Yeah.
Don't break that up until you've solved the 9-ball and any other stripe-related problem.
Right. Uh-oh. That's not what she was looking for.
And even if you don't make a shot, you've got to get the 9-ball off the rail. She's given up a chance at the table, and the 9-ball is still there.
Right.
It's still going to be there when she gets back.
It will.
And she should have just moved it now. While it's complex at the beginning of the game, it's not necessarily a sellout.
Ball in hand for Kelly.
But Kelly has a chance to win the match here. For her, the question is, yes, I can bump this out right now with ball in hand. What about the 8? Does the 8-ball roll in the side pocket and there's no problem there?
Yeah, I think that goes on the side, but I'd be more worried about the 7-5 now.
Well, you just got to think about the 8 and know the answer to that, but I'm sure she has.
Well, if we look at the overhead, might give us a little bit better view, but I'm not afraid of that shot.
Okay. So, yeah, then you're right. Next question, how do I get on the 5?
Yeah, it's tough to even see on the table.
So if she can get herself an angle.
Oh, well, she left it good. She missed, but she left it good.
All right. Now.
Ooh, man.
Amanda has a chance now. No, it's too risky. I was going to say whack the 15 in, push the 7 and bump the 9 out. You could end up making the 8-ball.
What do you think about this?
But
tying the 14 and the 1 up.
Yeah, because, I mean, why not?
I mean,
and
at some point.
Correct. Right. And then you find a way to solve the 9 before you break that out.
Right. Well, because now you got to play.
But Kelly.
Don't let Kelly win.
Yeah,
game.
The more balls she shoots here, the better it is for Kelly.
Right.
And the table's just opening up nicer and giving Kelly more control. So you can make that ball, but now what? Now you've got to play it back.
She's really got good fundamentals.
Yeah, but the choice here, you can get yourself in trouble.
Yep.
And just going to hand this game over to Kelly unless you now have to bank the 9, and this time you have to make sure you make it because there's no more problems for solids. Before, the table was always safe and you could just bump this off.
I'll be honest with you, I'm still not liking the chances Amanda has here with these 2 shots.
Right, so freeze this ball on the 1, you're saying, just as a desperate
but now the angle is
tie
tight.
things up.
Okay, so she just went for it.
Yeah. Or if you want to tie things up, what about tie the 9 in the 8? And I know it's super negative, but when you get to a point where I'm just about to sell out and give Kelly the match and I may not get another shot,
right?
Then you do want to go super negative and tie everything up. But
I don't know how you would tie the 9. So there was a sandwich option where she could have really put that 8-ball in between there. You don't like sandwiches?
Okay.
Bologna, salami?
Yeah.
Maybe a grilled cheese?
So meanwhile, Kelly's thinking, well, I am on the 7 and it might be tough to get there later. The only problem is, well, yeah, because getting on the 8, you're not going to use the 7 for that anymore.
Right.
Now that the 7 doesn't go in the corner. So
she's
shoot this off, and you've got these 3 balls.
Nice shot. Is she going to get a good lead? Well, she's got the 2.
Is this a 3-ball combination? Or can she go directly at the 2?
I think so.
Yeah, this could end up perfect. She almost got herself in real trouble there, but if she plays a shot on the 2-ball just hard enough to barely tap it in,
right,
bump off the rail a little bit, she may end up with a nice shot on the 5.
Oh, looks like she's going with your shot. Whoa!
Oh, she put spin because she wanted to go into those balls. She wanted. She wanted to.
Oh, it almost hit the 8 and made it tougher.
Wow.
What are the?
Is there one spot on the table where you don't have a shot on these balls? She almost found it. Did she?
Wow.
Is she cut off from the one ball?
That is amazing. I don't even know if you could do that if you tried.
Found a spot. She's got balls strewn all over the other side of the table.
Well, she'll be thinking about that for a while. So
she found a spot.
we'll
where
take
she
a look
can't
at the
see any of them.
replay.
So now they're determining, is that 9 ball frozen to the rail?
So here's that shot. It looks like she almost massed
If she played it softer, it would have bent a little bit more. It would have lost its stun. The reason it went so wide is it still had some stun on it. It wasn't rolling.
It did, yeah.
But she was trying to go into those balls. She put so much right-hand spin. She wanted to snick that ball in and bump those balls.
Okay, so I think she wanted to make that. Take the soldiers off the field strategy.
Wow.
Giving ball in hand to Amanda.
I think that's crazy because she could have had an easy chance to play a kick shot and not give ball in hand, and it wouldn't have been much different. It's not like the position's any different. What did she do with the 14? Nothing really. She
wanted to make it.
But either way, Amanda's
Right.
still in a difficult position. So
Correct.
if Kelly went for the kick and even missed it and gave it ball in
Right.
hand,
Right.
she's in pretty much exactly the same position. So Kelly could now roll the 14 into the 8 and really freeze things together. I feel I
Yes.
would do that because stripes are in a Hail Mary. Don't shoot the 14 in unless this gets you
She
a
could
bank
break it
shot that you
up.
can or break it out.
She's not gonna.
Yeah. So why now you
Yeah.
force yourself to shoot the 9, and if you're going to do that,
Brutal.
you might as well have done it first. It's not like getting the 14 off the table did anything to help. But she could have played a super negative safety.
Oh
No.
man, that a little softer and that would have gone in.
Yeah. But with ball in hand, she could have got an even better angle on the 9.
Right.
But she did make a good attempt on the 9 ball.
She's working for it. And I don't think.
And
this
she hasn't
is
sold
over.
out. But
Right.
now what she's done is take away Kelly's safety net. So Kelly now is kind of forced to play a good shot on the 1 ball here. No, safety. I don't know what that was.
Well, I mean, I think she wanted maybe the cue ball to stay down in the upper right of the table.
So here you play this pocket speed, just bear down and thin snick this 9. If it hangs, it's a
still
half set
okay.
out, but you may be
Right.
okay just because but either way, if it falls in, you're
like
down
this
there and
shot.
you've got a cut on the 8.
I love these
you
shots.
you want this ball to go in, but don't hit it too hard. Just
Well, it's like natural shape, right?
yeah.
if
If
you just
you hit
tap it in.
if you hit it soft enough,
Right.
yeah.
You don't need a lot of English. You just got to make
It's tough
it.
to hit this ball soft enough. There you go.
Yeah,
Maybe
you're
she-
right. It is. Oh no. Oh no.
That's unlucky because she hit that ball well. She would have had a shot
Wow.
down table.
Ooh.
So Kelly with a very good chance here to finish this match. She's just got to pick. What's your first shot here, Chris?
The 6.
Yeah.
Personally, I like the 6.
She's thinking about rolling the 5 ball in to get on the 6. And if this works, which there's no real reason why it wouldn't, it's okay. And I kind of thought this at first too, but why? As long as you don't miss this 5. If you miss this 5, everybody can say you took the wrong shot. Or if you don't get good on the 6. But
I like.
there's
the
no
6.
reason why this wouldn't be perfect, and she's going to make this ball and get
It
perfect
could
on
work.
the 6.
Yeah.
And then she's
Unless you overcook
yeah,
it.
and you don't want to be straight, but she's still okay. It is, to get nicely on this 8. This 8 is not a gimme. You want to get nice on the 8, so you do want controllable position on the 1 ball. So you don't want to roll out of control. And so now it is. She doesn't have the control that she wants. She can't get over to the other
It's
side
tough.
of the table.
This ain't easy.
I don't know if you want to just stop there, and if you can shoot that 8 from there, she might just play a stop shot now. Before, I'm sure she was planning on getting over to the side rail.
She's definitely keeping it exciting, right? Oh, she's got to walk around.
And you might say it's because of her shot choice. She played that shot on the 5 ball, didn't get perfect on the
Right.
6.
And I like what she did there. She took her time. She
The reason
looked at the shot
there was
again.
no reason for her to do that. Is because she could have just shot the 6 like you would have.
Right.
Then the 1.
Then just stun off for the 1-8.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look at that English.
That's a beautiful.
Oh my
Replay on that one?
gosh.
That was a top-notch, high-end, sophisticated stun over with outside English. She punched that in. She used just a little bit of angle that she had to
right.
punch it in, and then use the spin to give it even more and she worked hard to get all the way over to the side
really
of the
did.
table.
Wow, she does not want this to go
Yeah, and
hill.
there's no doubt why she's been dominating the queens.
Oh, my
'Cause
goodness.
that shot. Let's take another look at that shot to
Yes.
get on the 8 ball, because that was a great shot.
See if
Shot
I
of the
caught
match.
it in time here. There it goes.
How close to straight she is. You could miss this if you overcut
Look
it.
at that. Bottom left.
Stun with outside English.
Right.
Punch it in. Really, really good.
Unbelievable. I mean, there's so many ways to screw that
match-winning
up.
shot.
Look at that. Comes off the rail perfectly, gives her options for the
Spins
8.
over.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, valiant effort from Amanda. She plays good. She shows that she can shoot the ball and she can position the ball.
Yes, sir.
And when she watches this back, she can know that she played well and played aggressively.
Yeah.
She did, well, I say aggressively, you know.
And I hope she
a couple
signs
of
up
shots
again.
Different, but
Because, honestly, after you get the butterflies out of the stomach
Yeah.
after the first game or so, like, it's not so bad. You know, you
That's
just have
right.
fun with it.
But Kelly storms on and says, hey, you know,
We'll see her next
she
week.
plays well. She reads the table well. She's a hardened match player, Kelly is.
Well, and on that note,
she's going to be tough to beat.
she is going to be tough to beat, and she comes out just with that brimming with confidence. I mean,
Yep.
Kelly's got so much confidence. You know, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. So
Well, good win for Kelly.
we got the Jester starting in a half hour. So subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you guys back in a half hour. I want to thank MH, the Putting Pen Glaze,
Thanks
for
for
helping
having
me out this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. All right. We'll see you guys in a bit.